Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pixel Maven's Retreat. If you haven't been here before, I hope that you will like this video and subscribe so you can get more of my crafty goodness. I'd like to welcome you to the second Christmas in July hop I'm participating in for this 12-day series. I hope you enjoy all the ideas from the hop and that you are sure to leave comments on everyone's designs. We really love to hear from you. There's lots of giveaways, including here. So if you are a lucky commenter, you might win this Catherine Pooler standalone snowflake die. I just love snowflakes and I would love to send this to you. So don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. So let's get on to my card design. All right, this is the lovely card we'll be working on today, and I really wasn't sure where this card design was going to go when I first started, but now that I know where it's gone, I have a better idea of how I'm going to set everything up. I'm using this awesome stamp set from scrapbook.com. It's called Big and Bold Holidays. I love it because of these big sentiments that don't really take much to accent and have a card done. So I just have the Merry Christmas up on my stamp platform, and this is just a piece of cold press water paper, and I'm going to go ahead and ink it up in some Versamark so that we can do some clear embossing. So this is a watercolor and clear emboss resist technique, and the thing about using Versamark and watercolor paper is that you really have to press hard and make sure that you get really, really, really good coverage because we don't want the watercolor to seep underneath. So I'm just giving this like a really, really good rub. I'm actually going to, did you see that fly by? I'm going to ink this up twice. Okay. And that should get me good coverage. Now, in the case that it doesn't, I still have this here. So if I need to, I can always do a second coat. All right, so I'm just going to throw on some clear embossing powder. And we'll know right away if we have good coverage or not. It looks like we do. All right, so I think I've got really good coverage on this. I'm going to go ahead and heat set it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my heat embossing all done up, and I've put this on a hardboard so that I can do my watercolor and try to keep this panel as flat as possible. So I'm using the Classics pan set from Prima, and we'll be using the green this time. Of course, the last time I used red, and I think that turned out really, really awesome, but I wanted to show you what it will look like in green. So the first thing I'm going to do, I already have some water on the green pan. So it's already starting to soften up, and I'm just going to use my large brush here to put down a lot of water in kind of a square-ish shape. And I know that I don't want to go from edge to edge because what I didn't like about the sample here was that this came over the edge. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. So I'm trying to keep this confined a little more. Okay, so now that I have good water on here, shouldn't need that anymore. I can just take my smaller brush and go ahead and dip in the green and start letting it spread around. Now, even though this is a resist technique, I'm going to be a little careful going around the words, trying to avoid getting any excess ink on the letters, because if you heat set this, which I'm going to do, sometimes the embossing reactivates and then the watercolor can get stuck inside of it. I totally don't want that to happen. So I just made sure that I had enough water sitting on the top here so I could move the paint around without any issue. And you can see it's just kind of swirling around, which is great. Now I've already done swatches for this color so that I know it's going to be kind of grainy, and that's okay. That's kind of a cool look. And once it's dry, it's going to look really awesome. So I'm going to speed this up while I'm finishing adding in the color, and you can enjoy it coming to life. All right, now that it is complete and dry, the panel looks pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and die cut it with the largest die from the Sizzix dotted rectangles, and then we can start on assembly. All right, the die cutting is all done, and that looks really, really awesome. So now we can start working on some assembly. This is Noble Fur by Lawn Fawn, and just go ahead and adhere that to our A2 card base. Nothing cosmic here, just some adhesive. Line it up in the corner and bring it down, and then bring it across. This way, I know that it's even across the top and across one edge. If I have any overhang, I can trim that before I finish the card if I need to. But I look pretty good there. This is a piece of scrapbook.com adhesive, and I really, really love this stuff. I'm using the roll, and I'm also using these double-sided adhesive sheets a lot, especially with watercolor, because it helps it to lay down flat. So I just peel back a little bit of this and pop it on. I'm doing it so that it lands inside the dots because I don't want any adhesive to come out through. And looks like I have it just a hair long, so I'll just take my scissors and trim back a little bit. All right, so now I have this done, and I can go ahead and adhere this to the card base. So the only thing is that this is super sticky, so you just really need to know exactly where this is going to land. But now it's on, it's nice and flat, and that watercolor panel, even if it's a little warped, it's not going to look warped anymore. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and add on some little trinkets here. I have these gold and silver snowflakes from Prima. Totally cute. And a little bit of twine. So it's a charm, so I can just pop that right through. I'm going to make my two little, well, actually, I'm going to tie it first. And then if you're not comfortable making bows, this one's not too hard. Just two little bunny ears. And even if the one is big, that's okay right now. And they just go right around each other. And then you just pull until you get them to be the same size. That's pretty good. And then I will cut these so that they're about the same length. And that's just going to go on with a couple of glue dots. What I did on the sample is I put a glue dot on the back of the snowflake, and then I took a second glue dot and rolled it up. And I put it on the back up here to help keep the twine in place. And I'm just going to hang it right off the Y here. And of course, these guys can get curled or moved around, whatever you need to do to make it look right. There we go. All right, so a few sequins, and this card will be finished. This is a new blend from Catherine Pooler. It's called Vegas Baby. And I love it because it's got these really huge sequins in here. And it has some like prism ones in here as well, and of course clear ones. I'm only saying all this because I'm not finding the one I really, really want. Okay, there we go. Just going for the plain gold ones. And I will adhere that on with some precision glue. I hope you are enjoying the hop so far and that you really enjoyed this project. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always leave them down in the comments section. Don't forget to leave a comment so that way you can qualify for my Catherine Pooler Die. I know you'd love to win it. Thank you for stopping by today, and thank you for supporting all of us YouTube crafters. I hope to see you again here soon for another Pixel Maven project tutorial, but until next time, happy crafting.